Move this trash can out of the way. All right. Hey everybody, it's Jourdan. We're here to do a craft class today. I hope you're excited. We're going to be making an Easter wreath. So this is going to be really cool to hang up around Easter. I love all the spring colors and just everything that goes along with it. So first of all, for your materials, kind of hard to see, but I got this wreath form. This one is shaped like an egg. This one did come from Dollar Tree and it is metal. So it's very thin. You can also get the ones that are foam and they have them like in a circle or a square. They're like styrofoam type material. You can get that as well. When we went to Dollar Tree, it was kind of in between Valentine's Day and Easter. So we got one that is egg shaped and then we also got one that is in heart shaped. So just a little bit of variety. I've got some bunny ears that I'm going to add to my wreath. The main part of the wreath, you can see all this nice feathery mess here. I got two boas and I got my boas from Hobby Lobby. I got two just to make sure it's nice and full around the wreath. Then I got some eggs. These also came from Dollar Tree. I'm going to add around the wreath. And I got some twist ties because that's what I'm going to use to add my bunny ears on at the end. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to use. Then other than that, I've just got my glue gun and extra glue sticks. So once you've got all that, we are going to be ready to go. With starting this, let me separate these a little bit so I don't have so much feather all over. Get prepared when you have these boas to have feathers everywhere because I've had them all over me all day, all over my office. So it'll be nice explaining that. With mine, since I've got the wire one, I'm going to go around all four of these. If you have the styrofoam one, you're just going to circle around. But what we're going to do is I'm going to start with one end and we're going to just wrap all the way around. I'm going to glue one end of mine down first just so it's in place. And it doesn't matter where you start on the wreath because we're going to go all the way around. So I'm going to use this end that's got a little bit of a rope on the end just so I can put the hot glue on that. Make sure I get a nice good amount on there. And I'm going to glue this down and kind of wrap just a little bit around to hold it to get that glue nice and sturdy and in place there. So it looks like that's going to hold pretty good. And I'm just going to literally wrap all the way around. You can make it as fluffy or as not fluffy as you'd like, depending on how close you want to wrap it. I am going to make sure that I cover that rope portion when I go back around. So I'm just going to kind of do a little double over there when I first get started. What I'm going to do is I've got a few extra colors added in mine. Every few times I go around, I'm going to add some more glue just so it's on there nice and secure. So I did about 3 rounds around the wreath. And I'm going to add, got my glue gun set up on the wrong side here. I'm going to add some glue to my boa. Just be careful because it is hot. And I'm going to glue that down, press it down so it's nice and secure. Keep going around. I think we got feathers flying everywhere in here. And I've got a coworker with me today that's making one in the heart shape. So we're going to show both of them at the end so you can see a little bit of variety with the different shapes, because I think it'll be cool having them in different shapes. It's just something different. So actually, I'm going to do the rest of this boa around and then go back and glue some spots. So with just one boa, very loosely wrapped, it doesn't quite make it around on mine. That's why I got the 2, but I'm actually going to push them a little closer together just to make it a little more fluffy on mine. And I'm going to go back and add some glue in there. All right. So let me find a spot I can glue. Being careful not to glue all these feathers to my hands. And when I glue, I'm just going to hold it down for a second, make sure the glue took. Slide them on around. I'd say about every 5-6 inches, I'm adding some glue just to make sure that boa is going to stay in place once we're finished. And I like this green color because it just feels very very springy. So I wanted something bright and happy looking on mine. And like I said, I've got eggs and bunny ears that I've added that I'm going to add to my wreath once I get the boa on. You can add anything you like on here. We just got the little plastic eggs from Dollar Tree, but if there's maybe a little chick or a cross or something you want to add to yours, that would look really cool on there too. So they can all be different. All right, so I'm coming up to the end of mine. Both of the ends have the little rope piece on there. It's kind of hard to see that I was talking about earlier. Just make sure you get that part covered whenever you're putting yours on. So I'm going to use that part to glue mine down again. On this end, I'm making sure I put a lot on those rope ends just so it's nice and secure. All right, so you can see how we're going here. It's going to be nice and fluffy because I haven't even added the other one yet. All right. And I'm going to overlap my ends just so I don't have to cover as much, like I was talking about, to cover up that rope portion. I was watching a video earlier about a lady who uses boas for decorating like her entire house. She had them on when you walk in her front door. There was like a little table that had some candles and a few little decorations on it, and she had laid a boa across the middle of it. And she was just talking about how she didn't know how she got started on decorating with boas, but once she did, she was hooked. So that might be something y'all are interested in doing. I don't know. I feel like makes feathers go everywhere, but hey, it looked pretty. So she had them on that table when she came in the door. She had them on a light fixture that she had hanging over her dining room table. I don't know, that seemed kind of extreme, but I guess you can decorate with anything is all the point she was making. So again, I'm just going to go around, wrap around the whole boa, and then I'm going to go back and every 5 or 6 inches, add some glue to make sure it stays in place. I probably could have got some scissors and cut part of this boa so it wouldn't be so much left over at the end, but I'll just wrap it around and make it a little more fluffy. So I held my hand over here where it was so I wouldn't lose the place of where this one started. So let's go back and add some glue now. I'll add a glue stick first. Okay. I'm really going to slide mine together since I've got so much left over. I really only needed like 1.5 of these boas, but it's okay. We'll make it work. It's kind of hard to see the wreath form down in there with all these feathers around. Be very careful when you're gluing it so you don't burn yourself or get stuck to all the feathers all over the wreath. Okay. So I've almost got mine around. And this is something, a very quick, easy craft. Really anybody can do if you've got grandkids or you want to invite your friends over or just a fun thing, fun activity to do. It's really not hard at all. It's pretty easy to find these materials out and about. So let's see. Since I'm at the end of mine, I'm going to make sure to tuck that white rope in just a little bit so it's not really visible. And if you get them both on the back side, then that'll line them up on the back side, then you know it won't be visible anyway. So let me see here. And then I'm just going to take a little extra of my boa and kind of place it over it so that you can't see the white. So you can see I've got mine all the way wrapped around. Not really much of an egg shape with it fluffed out like this, but you can see what I've done there. Now for my bunny ears, I'm going to add those to the top just like this. So just add a little bit of Easter character to my wreath. And this is just a headband that we got. I'm just going to glue right around the edge and then place it in the middle, the top middle of my wreath. So the hardest part is going to be getting it lined up straight, but hey, I think I can do it. So let's see here. I'll make sure I add plenty of glue on this because I don't want it to fall off. In the middle, looks about right there. So I'm going to hold that down just a second. Make sure it's on there good and secure. This is where I was talking about you can add twist ties if you'd like. Another thing is you could have put the ears on first, added twist ties around, and then put the boa on after. You can do that as well, just to cover up the headband on the back. I wasn't really concerned about being able to see the headband through the back, so that's why I did mine last. I think I'm still going to get a twist tie and loop it through just so it is nice and secure on there. So on the bottom, I've just got these little, like from bread, little twist ties, and I'm going to put one on the bottom of each side so I can kind of feel through the boas and put it around one of those, and it still won't be visible. I'm going to turn it around and make sure that you can't see it from the front once I get it tied on. Let me tie one of these on and then I'll show you up closer what I've done. It's going to be kind of hard to see with all these feathers, but what I did was I just went in through there and I stuck the twist tie through the wreath and then back around this side of the headband just to keep it on. And you can't see it anywhere in the front, so that's good. It's just a nice little extra step to make sure we hold that wreath on that, hold the headband on the wreath. So let me find the other side. I found the first side easy. Now this side's going to give me a hard time. Well, said I was going to do this side. This must have been the spot that I glued. There we go. Now I got it. It's a whole lot of feather to get through. Okay. Now twisting that on. And you can see now I've got my bunny ears at the top of my wreath. And now I'm going to get ready to add my eggs. And I've got just the little plastic eggs. And I'm just going to kind of glue them sporadically around. I got the pack of eggs that all different colors, different designs on there. I'm not going to put 12 eggs on here. This is just what came in the pack. So I'll probably do one of each of these colors. So let me get these out. And when y'all are done with your wreath, feel free to send us a picture of it so we can see it. We love to see what y'all were doing at home. Well, I know we're doing this online, but we love to see what y'all are doing at home as well when you do it with us. Let me get another glue stick, and I'm just going to put glue on the back side of the egg. Again, place them around randomly and just hold it down for just a little bit to make sure it is nice and secure on there. I can try to get enough glue on the back side here and just going to press it down on that wreath form. Wait just a second, make sure it's nice and tight on there. Again, I'm going to let it dry before I hang it up anyway, but you can see how I've done this around. So let's see. I don't want similar colors beside each other. I can try and get a lot of glue on the back side of these eggs. And just kind of placing them all around. Something else that I didn't mention earlier is if maybe you had a sign that said like Hello Spring or Easter or something like that, you could put that on there too. That would look really cool on one of these. Hang it by your front door, hang it inside. Got myself that time. I think every time I do use a hot glue gun, I burn myself with it. Be careful when you're putting your eggs down if you get the ones that open, that they don't open up. So you get both, make sure both halves are glued on. Okay, let's see what colors I got left. And you can add as much or as little to this wreath, however decorative you want it to be. Just don't make it so heavy that it's gonna fall off of your door or wherever you're hanging it up. We don't want it too heavy. But even with all of this on there, this one, it doesn't feel too heavy. So, but if you've gotten wooden eggs or anything like that, it might change how much you can put on there. Then at the end, I'm just going to go back through, and if there's any of the strings from the hot glue gun, then I'm going to go through and pull them off just so they're not on there. If I can find them in all these feathers. So I've got my last egg I'm going to add. I need one more glue stick. Let me hold this one down just a second, make sure they're all on there. I'm just kind of wiggling them a little bit, make sure they're not going to fall off. Make sure they're on there. Very easy. And you can see here is that easy wreath that we just made. Kind of hard to see my ears at the top, but I've got little blue bunny ears at the top, eggs all the way around. So this is the one I just did. And then we've got another one. So this is the one that I was talking about that, oh, it's a white wreath on a white background. Let me hold it this way. So this one was a heart shape. So it looks really cool with the white on it, and it's got pink bunny ears at the top. And these were really cool eggs we got at Dollar Tree as well. They are like speckled eggs, and they look really cool. But this one, you can see if we move through, push the feathers to the side, this is the heart shape. So very easy wreath you can make to hang on your front door, hang wherever you want to hang it. You can hang these if you have the metal one, just hang the metal right on a hook. So that is a good thing about this. If you have a foam one, you might have to put like a screw in the wall or something, hang it up on that. But this is very quick craft you can do for Easter, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. And again, when you make it, feel free to send us a picture of it and tell us how you liked it, and stay tuned for a craft next month. Bye.